need is a baked cake that's been cooled and put in the refrigerator. I want to show you here, I have a pan that I baked this cake. Now if you think of a cake as having the back and the belly, there's usually a little mound right here, that is how you're going to start with the cake. What you're going to do is you're going to take your baked cake that's been cooled, you're going to tip it out on the belly down. So you have the belly down and the back on top. Then you're going to put your filling in the middle, and then you're going to put belly down with the back on top. Then you have a nice straight cake to start with. I also crumb coat my cake. This is a red velvet cake, so obviously I don't want any of that red velvet crumbs to get into my frosting. So beforehand, I went ahead and took some frosting. I evened it out really carefully, kind of glued it onto the cake, and then I stuck it back in the refrigerator. That's called a crumb coat. Now I'm ready to actually frost the cake. All right, let me talk to you about the frosting. The frosting is really important because the kind of frosting that you buy at the grocery store, it's not really strong enough to really frost a cake that you're going to decorate on. If you go to my recipes at our website at sweetartfactory.com, just click on recipes, go to frostings. The first recipe is called Wonder Cream Frosting, and that is what this is. This is Wonder Cream Frosting, and what it is it's just a blend of 3 ingredients. It's a tub of that icing that you can buy at the grocery store, some Crisco shortening, and some powdered sugar. I also add some clear flavoring. Today I put some almond flavoring. It really makes it taste really good. When I come back, I'm going to show you the simple and easy way to actually frost a cake so you're ready to decorate it. I'll see you in a second. I wanted to show you a color gel that we sell on our website. It's called Bright White. The reason I like to use it is when you make your frosting, sometimes it has kind of a dull sheen to it, or maybe an ivory color. And if you want a really bright white, you just add a few drops of this bright white into your frosting, and then you've got a white frosting. The other thing I want to show you is a long, thin, straight spatula. You're going to need this in order to decorate your cake. Also, you can use one of these other spatulas that you can. This you can actually use to comb your cake. So let's get started. Also, I wanted to let you know I have some warm water on the side here. Just makes it a little bit easier to make your icing really smooth. I always start with a big heap of icing. I know. 3,
2, 1, action.
Okay, now I am ready to put my heap of frosting on the top. And I always start on the top. I want to get a lot of icing on the top. And it always looks like way too much, but that's okay. My goal right here is to make it even. And if you notice, my spatula is horizontal to the cake plate. Now let's talk about cake plates, because I love to go to those discount stores and buy all different colored plates. The plate I'm using today cost me $1 at one of those stores. You can obviously use one of the cardboard forms that they sell at the decorating stores, but I love these plates. Now I'm ready to start putting on my sides. I'm just going to put it on very carefully. Just go around. Also, I'm using a turntable. Some people call it a Lazy Susan. You don't have to have one of these, but it does make life a lot easier when you're turning your cake, especially when we get to the part where we're evening it out. And I'm just going to put probably a heavy dose of icing. Some people don't like a lot of icing on their cakes. Some people love a lot of icing on their cakes, but I like to put a lot on it first, and then I'll take it off as we go. My goal here is to have it flat all around. I want it nice. And now you notice here my spatula is completely vertical to the plate because I want it up and down. Okay, now here I am at the point where I can actually now making it nice and smooth. I'm going to dip my spatula in this warm water and take the excess off. And then I'm going to start to go around and smooth it out. And using the side of my frosting bowl to try to get all that excess off. And you're just going to kind of, I look at it kind of like I'm ice skating on top of the ice. My spatula is my blade of my ice skate, and I'm just skating on the top of the ice ever so gently, not to go really too far digging in. It does take practice, but after a while you'll get a hand of it. Okay, so then I am ready to actually go to the top of my cake. I'm going to take the excesses at the top and I'm going to start to comb towards the center and try to get that even look that I'm looking for. Just going to comb it, comb, and just skate along to the top. Then again, I'm going to point my spatula into the hot water. I'm just going to start to even it out. And this is where I can kind of start to go across. I'm just turning my wheel as I go. Now, if I was doing a wedding cake where you want it perfectly smooth, I would spend a lot of time really making it smooth. There's some tools that you can use to actually make a really smooth cake that the decorators use, and I'll show you what those are. One is called a straight edge, and this you can gotta go across and get a really straight edge along the cake. The other is another straight edge that we actually sell on our website that also can be used to scrape along the cake. But if you don't have those, that's fine. You can just use the straight spatula that I was using before. Okay, and there you go. You have a decorated cake. Now, I always keep some paper towels next to me because sometimes you get icing on your plate. And you can just go along and dab along the sides and make sure there's no icing along the plate. And now you're ready to decorate. All right, a frosted cake.